Hello folks and welcome back. As you can see, I've got the hanging basket in front of me. So today's job, we're going to be starting off with getting these done. There's 4 round ones and 2 wall baskets. Planting's a little bit different than past years, but I'll just show you what we've got at the moment. In previous years I've grown trailing begonias, as you can see in the basket, and normally I left them in over winter, they rot and they end up buying new stock. However, on close inspection I can see a few buds forming on some of these corms. So what I might do is take these out, pot them up individually, and if they do develop, I'll include them into the planting. I have, however, bought additional plants for this year. A bit different. I've got some geraniums there and also trailing fuchsias. The compost mix I'm using is just the normal one that I've used in the greenhouse, which is the clover, a bit of added vermiculite and also bloodfish and bone. However, after the first inch or so in here, I've also added some well rotted manure and just give that a mix round, and then I've just topped it up to the top. The corms that I have saved here, I've repotted up, give them a bit of water, and hopefully they'll burst into life. Well, I've got the first one planted up. In the middle I've got the geranium. Each side of that I've got 2 trailing fuchsias, and the opposite ways I've got 2 begonias. Hopefully that shouldn't look too bad. I've got the next one here ready with the soil all in. If you look underneath, this is what I used to nestle the baskets on. It's about an 8-inch 200mm diameter waste pipe. Just chop a chunk off, stick it on, and then holds the basket nice and stops it wobbling around. Ideal for planting. I'm back with the peppers and the tomatoes. Looks like we've got another good spell of warm weather coming in. I did get a bit panicky over last week. I put these out to hardened off, and we did have a couple of nights where it dropped to 2 degrees. However, I bit the bullet, left them out, and they seem to have survived okay. So I think some of these now are ready for potting on, and I'm going to be starting off with the peppers. I'm going to be picking 8 varieties and 2 of each, so I can get the same in each station. Quite a them have got a lot of flowers on now, so I'll be putting plenty of high potash feed in. But first of all, I need to get them in the pots with the clay pebbles and the wickings. I only need 16 peppers in total. I was hoping I'd got 8 varieties, but closer inspection I've only got 5. That's King of the North, Yellow Bell, Redskin, one called Laney, Big Ben, and my favourite California Wonder. So I'm going to do at least 2 of each variety, and I'll just pick the best of the rest for the remaining slots. I'll just quickly show you how I prepare the pots ready. As you can see inside there's the 2 wicks which come up from the bottom, and they are expanded clay pebbles. They're about 2 inches deep from the bottom, because when this goes into the wicking frame, it could be round about there, which would be an inch or so below, and that could be on the water line. So that helps transfer the water up without the soil actually sitting in the water. Right, I'll just bring you up to speed with the peppers, what's been potted on. As I said, I'd only got, I think it was 6 different varieties. So I've done 2 of each first of all. I've got the 2 California Wonder, 2 Big Ben, 2 Laney, 2 Redskin, and 2 Yellow Bell. And coming down onto the bottom here, we've got 2 King of the North. Now that left 4 spaces, so what I did, I picked 4 of the best remaining peppers that I've doubling up again. So I've got one there, the California Wonder, the Yellow Bell, Redskin, and another California on the end. So that's the peppers there. They'll be ready to go into the self-wicking system for the peppers that I built. I'll put a little link in the corner there so you can take a look how I did that. Now with all the auto watering pots, whether it's my system, the auto pots or the quad grows, I do like to plant the plants up and let them get established before they actually go into the watering system. So these will probably be at least 2 weeks out in the fresh air, just putting a bit roots down and stuff like that, getting established, and then we'll be thinking about setting the systems up. For any gardener now, this time of the year is very, very busy time. And unusual for me, I'm a little bit behind than normal. So what I've done, I've actually created a list here. I'll run you through it in a minute. And I use that there to make the most of the time I have available. Now it's everything I need, or I think I need, to get my plants and allotment up and running. I'll just show you what's on the list. So here's the list that I've created. It's in no particular order, it's just the way that I've thought of the tasks that need to be done. And what I'll do, any time available, I'll have a look what task will fit in there. So some of these are like 10 minutes and some are 2 or 3 hours. Anyway, starting at the top, we've got clean the auto pots. There's 8 of them. Clean the quad grow pots. There's 4 of them. Clean self-wicking pots. There's 8 of them. Pot up the tomatoes in the auto pot. Pot up the cucumbers in the quad grow. Pot up the aubergines and the melons in the self-wicking system. Dig over the tomato bed. Plant 12 tomato plants outside. Plant the beetroot in between the tomatoes. Dig over the onion bed. Plant out the onions. Sow the carrots. Sow the parsnips. Plant out the leeks. Plant out the celery. Plant out the peas. Plant out the brassicas. Plant out the flowers. Clear the allotment greenhouse. Plant out runner beans. Set up the chili wicking systems. Break down the vitapods in the garden greenhouse. That'll make way for my wicking system. Set up the auto pots. Set up the quad grow. And set up the auto wicks. As I said, this is the list that I've created. It won't work for everybody, but it certainly does for me. And it just reduces the risk of missing something out. So as I find anything, I'll just add it onto the list. But the main thing for me is that I'm never ever short of something to do. So if I've got a 15-20 minute slot or a half a day, I can actually pick something off the list and do it. So if something actually short, I could probably go out and plant the runner beans. The bed's ready, so that'll only take 15 minutes maximum. But if I've got a half a day, I could actually dig over one of the beds. And it'd say stuff like that. And it's nice to be able to tick stuff off, and you can actually see the list getting shorter and shorter. Although we've had no rain, there's quite a bit of high winds we've had, and as you can see, it's given my alliums a right battering. But even so, still look quite nice, and the bees just absolutely love them. Good morning. We got an early start this morning. That's one of the benefits of living close to your plot. As you can see, I've got the runner beans here, and these are ready to go out into the beds. But first of all, I'll pop you down there, just show you. I want to do a little bit of tittling on the top just to get them ready before we plant out. I've got my peas in here, just hardening them off before I plant them out. But looking at the bed, the bean bed here, I did top dress this with manure, late autumn. And all I want to do is just to lightly turn that into the top surface and maybe give it a good soaking with water, and then we can start planting. All I want to do is just turn the top couple of inches over just to get any manure left under the soil so the roots can get in. I'm just using a little hand fork for this. And say it is quite dry, but once you get down to the soil below, it is rather damp, so it's more of a mulch, which is what I wanted it to do. So I'll carry on with this bed, give it a good soaking, and I'll bring you back. Well, that has turned in quite nicely, as you can see. I've given it a good soaking, so I think that there is ready to go, and the beans are waiting. Right, I'm going to get these planted out now. I've grown these in this new type of root trainer, and I'll be doing a separate video on these a little bit later on. Certainly got a nice root ball on them. Won't take long because I had to put these in. This weekend also sees the Malvern Spring Festival, and it looks like we've got some decent weather going. So I hope to be there, and if you see us, a lot of other YouTubers are going to be there. Come and say hello. I'm sure there'll be a big gathering at some time or other. So that's it for this one. Until next time, see you later. Bye for now.